Hi everybody. So today I'm going to be talking about Cinco de Mayo and what Cinco de Mayo is, a little bit of history, who celebrates it and how it is celebrated, and also I'm going to throw in some fun facts about Cinco de Mayo. So did you know that Cinco de Mayo is not a national holiday celebrated in Mexico? This is where Americans tend to get this holiday confused. So some Americans think that Cinco de Mayo is Mexicans' Independence Day, whereas it isn't. Cinco de Mayo is a holiday that celebrates the victory of the Mexican army that they had over the French in May 5th of 1862. And so Cinco de Mayo can also be known as Battle de Puebla. And so I have a fact here from Nick Wheeler, and it states, the battle lasted from daybreak to late evening, and when the French retreated, they had lost nearly 500 soldiers, whereas fewer than 100 Mexicans had been killed. So who celebrates Cinco de Mayo? So Cinco de Mayo, when it's celebrated in Mexico, is mainly celebrated by people that live in Pueblo. Us Americans also celebrate it, but we celebrate it in a different way than the Mexicans do. So I have a quote from Sofia Pedrita, and she says that Pueblo goes all out with massive celebrations, parades, and fairs to commemorate the battle that was won there against the French. So when Americans celebrate it, we obviously don't celebrate it in that way because we don't all have that history of what Cinco de Mayo is. So when we celebrate Cinco de Mayo, we do parties, we go out to eat, we have parades, bands, folk dancing, and your foods like tacos and margaritas and tamales and enchiladas. We don't really go into the background of what Cinco de Mayo is. We just think of it as the Independence Day, really, where we kind of just make a party of it. And such as parties, there are festivals, and those are held in California, Chicago, and Houston, and the biggest one is in Los Angeles. So I have a couple fun facts here. So the National Today Data Science Team surveyed 1,000 Americans about Cinco de Mayo, and only 1 in 10 respondents know that Cinco de Mayo actually commemorates the Mexican victory over the French on May 5th of 1862, whereas almost 40% of Americans mistakenly believe that Cinco de Mayo marks Mexican Independence Day, which actually takes place September 16th. So as you can see on the screen, there are a couple fun facts on there. And the biggest one, like I mentioned earlier, was eating the Mexican food, how we go out and we drink tequila, margaritas, all like the Mexicans. So 5 fast facts about Cinco de Mayo. So 127 million liters of tequila are consumed on Cinco de Mayo. 81 million avocados are consumed by Americans on Cinco de Mayo. 54,000 Mexican restaurants in the United States. Over 25 varieties of chili peppers in the United States. And this is the most shocking one that I found out. There is $2.9 million spent on margaritas every year on Cinco de Mayo in the United States. So, in conclusion, when people think of Cinco de Mayo, they think of tacos, margaritas, enchiladas, sombreros, etc. But in reality, Cinco de Mayo is a celebration of a victory over the French in 1862, and I think that we all need to realize what the holiday actually is instead of going out and celebrating something that we're not even remotely that we know about. I think we all need to know the history of it and celebrate it correctly. And so I would like to know, now that you guys know the background of what Cinco de Mayo is, how would you guys celebrate it?